The Coalition.
um Regarding Kingdom Hearts, there was actually, a new video that came out. And people are suggesting, it was the D23 Expo, video that came out and stuff. And because of that, I believe it said 2018, for Kingdom Hearts at the end, and people are now speculating because of that there's going to be an announcement of the release date at E3 this year. Now, the sources that people are linking to don't it's hard to tell if they're actually legit because they're in Japanese and everything, and the people aren't actually associated with Square Enix. But for them to be making such it, like, if you keep a close eye on how Square Enix has been moving, on social media and everything, all signs do point to them making a big announcement about Kingdom Hearts this year. And I believe it's going to happen. It's been like 5, 6 years since the game was first announced at this point. I believe it's going to come this year, maybe in the fall. And if not, then 2019, the latest, like maybe early 2019. But I think we are definitely getting an announcement for this game this year. But if that's the case, like, how likely do you guys think it is that we are going to get that announcement? And when do you actually think the game may come out?
All right, so in regards to Kingdom Hearts 3, I know we saw the trailer, and at the end of the trailer, it said coming 2018. Obviously, no official release date yet, so we have to wait until we get that information. But my mindset is that, Square Enix, well, one trend that is very popular now in this current generation is that some studios will announce a game at E3 and then it comes out that fall. We saw Bethesda do that multiple times. They did it with Wolfenstein 2 last year and The Evil Within 2 at the same show. So I think E3 rolls around, Square Enix could announce a release date, and it could come as soon as September of this year or October. But obviously, they want it. If the game comes out, I think it will definitely come before. If it was to come out this year, it will come before the big heavy hitters like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Black Ops 4, which we already know is definitely coming this year. That's if I had to make a guess. Or as you said, Gary, it could come out in 2019, early 2019. But I think because my whole thing with Square Enix is that there's also a Tomb Raider game they're also working on, and they were very clear to say that game could come this year also. So if it doesn't come out this year, that's because the Tomb Raider game is probably coming out, and they want to push that out further so that gets to shine. So I could see early 2019 also, but I definitely think an announcement is coming soon because, again, the Twitter accounts, Square Enix Twitter account, they have alluded to the fact that there was an article written online by a couple major publications that alluded to the fact that there are going to be a lot of great games to look forward to in 2018, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was on that list. And the Square Enix Twitter responded to that and said, yes, it's going to be a great year for games. We can't wait to talk more about Kingdom Hearts 3. So we'll see what happens. I think it is possible, though, because as you said, it's been a long time since we've heard anything. So we'll just have to see how everything pans out. But Max, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're getting it this year. What was I going to say? I think we're getting it this year. It's like Gary said, it's been in development for a very long time, and I feel like they're all but wrapping everything up with it. I think you're right that they're kind of hiding a lot of things, and they're just going to like announce the release date in like a couple of months. I wouldn't be surprised if it's announced at E3, the release date. Like, chances are pretty high of that, even if the sources aren't like as legitimate as they should be. Like, I feel like that's a pretty solid thing to guess, and I feel like it would probably come out in like November, honestly, like kind of like Final Fantasy 15 did. And it's kind of like after the whole fall rush of games too. It's like a little bit after that. It's like the last game of the year type thing, and like just to top it all off and everything. So I think that'd be a really cool idea if they did do that, because that was a great thing with Final Fantasy 15. I feel like because everyone was kind of ready for it and they just kept playing it until like the next game came out. They had a while to play it, and experience it, which is really cool.
Very good point. I agree. Very, very good points. Okay, Gary, you had some other things you wanted to mention as well, I believe, in regards to the same story.
Yeah, first of all, shouts to Dana Abercrombie. She's in the chat, and she actually said they're gonna announce it during the American D23. So that's a possibility because we know, Disney wants their own event to be like the big thing where they announce all their, properties and everything. So that would make sense also, but I think, this is such a big game for the gaming industry that I think E3 would also be a good place for it too. So I think either one of those shows is the perfect place for them to announce it. I would sway more towards E3 just because, it is a game and it's it's the stage where everybody's going to be watching who's a gamer. Everybody looks forward to E3, in the industry every year. So I think it makes more sense to announce it there. At D23, you have a mixed audience, so not everyone there is there for games anyway. So, yeah, I would think that E3 would be the show to announce it at, but I wouldn't be mad at D23. And as for the release, I would even go out on a limb and say they may release it in December because Disney likes December as a month to release stuff, like Star Wars has released in December and stuff like that. And just to release it right before the holidays and everything, I think that's a good way to end off the year with Kingdom Hearts. And like you guys were saying, we would have already had all the big blockbuster games, the AAA games and everything. We would have got it out of our system and we'll be, entirely ready for Kingdom Hearts 3. So I think December is a great month to release that game.
Yeah, hey, that'll be a very interesting decision. Yeah, I mean, everything is up in the air with that. Obviously, we have to wait until we get the official confirmation from Square Enix as to when it's going to get released. D23 is a very good guess because they did have a trailer there last year. But we'll see. We'll see. I also think E3 is a very good guess also because, as you said, all types of media are at E3, including the fans who will be back there again this year. So it seems to me like that will maybe the best opportunity because places like CNN, all these other places, they also go to E3 and they also may also cover that as well, just for that purpose. Whereas D23, I don't think they're going to be at that. But again, it all depends. But either way, we're definitely going to get an announcement at some point this time this year regarding the release date. So you can look forward to that for sure.